Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And today, in this video, we're going to look at why the headlines are being dominated by Ripple, the company, the digital asset XRP, the legacy company Swift, and the open source blockchain platform called Corda that is built by R3. So first, what is it about cross-border payments? Well, this market is estimated to be worth 47 trillion by 2026. That's an enormous amount of money, and there is one company that is making moves to grab this market share, and that's Ripple. When Ripple was a startup company, I am sure they perfected their elevator pitch. That elevator pitch needs to succinctly and quickly tell the prospective people who you are asking of them to invest, when the doors close, what is the size of your market? What is it that you do exactly in one sentence? And why are you different? And why are you different is, in this particular case, what is your technology? What is your timing? And who is your team? So I think that when we have these headlines of the landscape totally changing and people making strategic moves, having unlikely partnerships, we really get back to the basics. Why is it different? Why can Ripple actually disrupt this space? Why do we think that they can really do it? If we go to Crunchbase, you can see the history of the rounds of funding that came to the table. So to build that war chest originally of 93 million back in October of 2012, they did their first seed round. And as it was building in 2013 and 2015, more and more reputable companies who are in the space of getting these tech companies off the ground, the VCs like Andreessen Horowitz, Pathfinder, Pantera, and Google, they believed that Ripple had the technology and the team and the timing to get the job done. As a matter of fact, this big round here, September 15, 2016, is when SBI Holdings of Japan brought the lead to bring 10 different investors to the space, including Standard Chartered Bank and Accenture. So we do believe that the timing is right, the team is right, and the technology is right. If you are not 100% sure on that technology, I'm going to put a link to this down in the comment section below. It is a 5-minute video on how Ripplenet works. And the reason why I'm going to do that and I'm talking about it is because I think that the price action in the last 24 hours, coupled with the headlines, has a lot of new people looking at the company Ripple and the digital asset XRP. So don't be afraid to watch this 5-minute video. I think you will quickly understand the importance of the speed and the scalability and the cost savings of how this company can so efficiently move money from one part of the world to another. And when we talk about team, we have a new member of the Ripple team in the last 24 hours. This is Mr. Stuart Alderoty, and he is now the General Counsel of Ripple, and he brings more than 30 years of legal experience to this role. He honed his skills with CIT Group and HSBC North America. In addition, he was also the Managing Counsel at American Express, where he served on the leadership team of the president and CEO of American Express consumer card business. Wow. It is just another example of the kind of talent that Ripple can attract. And we had this headline, which has everybody talking. So Ripple, hold on. Swift announces integration with R3. The first thing that I thought of when I saw this is, wow, finally. So this exotic feel of Ripple now can be put behind us. It's no longer going to be, oh, that's that blockchain company with some sort of crypto. The fact that Swift had always been saying in the past that they don't need blockchain, that they were totally able to do what they needed to do with just the GPI, shows us within this new proof of concept trial that was not correct. And so we will soon learn, according to FinTech News, it will be announced at Sibos in London, September 2019, the results of this proof of concept. But I do believe the big question here that everybody has on their mind is, are they going to use XRP? I'm going to point you in the direction of Galgatron on Twitter. And why? Because this guy doesn't mince his words. There is some raw conversation occurring, and I think that everybody can learn from reading the position that Galgatron takes. Whether you agree or you disagree, that's not part of it. He is facilitating conversation that will really get you to wrap your head around this space and understand the strategic moves that are being made and how it might play out. I think there's actually one or two ways, maybe three ways, that this could ultimately go. We talk about having possibly a suite of digital assets that people can choose from. On Twitter, there's also talk about the possible use of a stablecoin. And there's also talk about XRP as being the one and only choice because they were announced as the first payment rail that was on December 5th to be enabled on the Corda settler platform. So we just don't know yet, but I tell you what, we all have a front row seat and we can watch intensely how this is going to shape up. I'm very excited, actually. So, Galgatron on Twitter, be sure to check out the conversation. Hodor gave us a new blog, and he never disappoints, as I've told you many times before. And this one has some really great information about XRP. So we know that it really works well in being able to move that money from one country to another without having to tap into that 27 trillion Nostro Vostro account that sits idle, which is so costly for the banks and really impossible for some of the smaller challenger banks and financial services to participate in. Nostro Vostro, which means ours and yours in Italian, is the money that just sits and is used to change that fiat into another fiat, which is totally unnecessary now with XRP. But in addition, you'll see that XRP, through the use of the tip bot, which is the micropayments, has a value all on its own. You can read that in this blog. And then, of course, you get an update on Coil. It is a business model that was built by Stephen Thomas. He is the ex-CTO of Ripple, and it monetizes content through payment pointers. I really believe in the model, and I think that we are going to be able to say, I remember when, because this is going to have explosive growth. And then there's the technology. There are university students that are bringing their own ideas and insights to a mix of new innovation on the XRP ledger. One in particular that Hodor writes about is a gentleman from Purdue. His name was Pedro Moreno Sanchez, and he studied the XRP ledger and found that it could support anonymous transactions. So there is more to XRP than meets the eye. If you are new to this space, please discover Hodor and Galgatron, and be sure to watch the video in the comment section below. Okay, I am moving to the fluff, which means we are going to some interesting culture from Japan, and the theme is unlikely partnerships. This is the remarkable story about Yasuke. He is the very first black samurai in Japan. It is quite remarkable because in the 16th century, the Portuguese were coming in the way of missionary work to Japan, and they brought with them a black man. They don't know exactly where he was from. They think maybe Mozambique, and this is a picture where they think this is actually him right here. There is not one known for sure painting or image of him, but they believe this could be him. He is dressed in some fine Portuguese clothes, but it is an arrival picture of the missionaries who came to Japan at that time. There was a daimyo, a feudal lord by the name of Oda Nobunaga, who just loved this man Yasuke and gave him money, a house, and a sword. And with that came the title of samurai. And for nearly 20 years, he served as an advisor to Nobunaga as a samurai, and is the first known black samurai in Japan. And what's really fun is that there is a movie that's in the works by Lionsgate. It has not been released yet. And there is a new animation that is going to be released on Netflix. Lakeith Stanfield is the voice behind Yasuke. And then there's one that has the story of the African samurai, the true story of Yasuke, a legendary black warrior in feudal Japan. So in April of this year, the book will be shipped. I can't wait. All right, everybody, that's all I have for you today. Do participate in the conversation on Twitter. Take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.